I think often about one of the darkest periods of my life. The funny thing is, at the time, I didn't know it was one of the darkest periods. It was just a normal phase of my life. It was my standard, and my good days then are my terrible days now. So many people have no idea how much better they could feel. They don't realize that their normal state is bottom of the barrel. I would start my days at 10 a.m. I would drive straight to the McDonald's, grab 2 sausage and egg McMuffins and a large iced coffee with cream, sugar, all of it. I would instantly feel like garbage, and I would just lay back down and binge watch episodes of The Office. And I did that until I got hungry again, and then I would either go somewhere to eat and just eat way too much food again, or I'd cook at home and just, again, eat way too much food again, like frozen burritos and all of the stuff where it just doesn't require any effort to make. And this was in college. I was taking online classes at the time, and I just didn't know how to manage myself. I saw the freedom of online classes as an excuse to adopt self-destructive habits. I barely did any of my schoolwork, and I would log on last minute to just complete the assignments, and I still passed with A's and B's, so that says a lot about the education system. At night, I would spend 5 to 7 hours playing League of Legends, and this was with or without friends, and at this point I was just numbing my mind to escape the whatever I was hiding from. And this is all to illustrate one point. The difference between video games and real life is fake risk and real risk. Real pain, real fear, real sacrifice, the things that allow pleasure, love, and results to exist. In a video game, you can fail without repercussion. You can die and you respawn. In life, you can't just hide behind your screen and hope that there won't be any kind of failure that is necessary to grow. In a video game, we trick our minds into thinking that we're making progress. We increase our level, we acquire skills, we acquire traits, we unlock certain things like dungeons and new quests, and it triggers the reward system in our brain, and we start to enjoy the comfort and security of diving into the fake unknown in a video game to give us that false reward. And it's just all backwards. I was doing this same thing in my life. I was hiding from the necessary failure and pushing into the unknown that will bring true progress and reward into my life. I had to get my reward from something external. I had to get my reward from video games and food rather than pursuing my goals and making progress. The sleeping in, fast food, and Netflix binges kept me in a drip-fed dopamine sedation so that I didn't feel the need to pursue anything greater. Everything was fine because I let it be fine. My life sucked because I let it suck. Your life sucks because of the thousands of tiny choices you made over the past year. You didn't make the choices that led to a purposeful career. You didn't make the choices that led to fulfilling relationships. You didn't make the choices that led to a healthy and aesthetic body. But Dan, what about my genetics and where I was born and the job that doesn't give me the time to blah, 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 blah. Yeah, those things obviously play a role, but you just made another choice to close your mind off to the potential choice that you could make to slowly get yourself out of that situation so that you can free up more time or move environments or whatever to make better choices. Choices come after choices. You don't just make the choice to quit your job without making the prior choices that allow you to do that. The ability to choose cannot be taken away or even given away. It can only be forgotten. It's not difficult to look around and see that you're not a special case. There are thousands of individuals, if not hundreds of thousands or millions, that were in a relatively similar situation as you that made the choices that allowed them to get out of that situation. What I'm saying is that there is a way out of whatever it is. If your business isn't growing, that's your fault. You haven't zoomed out or developed the mental capacity or skill to be able to even register what the problem is in your business so that you can solve that problem and let it continue growing. Same goes with your relationships or just your life situation in general. You have to push into the unknown in order to discover the skill, mindset, or whatever that allows you to then, from a higher level of mind, come back to that situation and solve the problem. You cannot solve a problem from the same mind that created it. So increasing your mental capacity comes first. Increasing your mental capacity comes from pushing into the unknown, cultivating new skills, understanding new knowledge, and getting out of the known, the comfortable routine and cycle that you have dug yourself into. The quality of your life 1 year from now will depend on the tiny choices that compound into that life. You don't have to make perfect choices. It's actually better if you make mistakes. The greatest risk is no risk at all, because how else would you fail? Without failure, improvement is literally impossible. Without improvement, you don't have an aim for your life. Without an aim for your life, everything becomes meaningless. Becoming a better person is how you live with purpose.